Welcome back to Bachelor Happy Hour's Golden Hour. Thanks so much for coming back and joining us. Kathy, you excited about today?
Oh my gosh. If you did not listen to Wednesday's episode, we could have gone on for hours. We had Braden and Christina on, and they are amazing. So if you haven't listened to it yet, get on and
wait.
listen.
How about the good head on their shoulders? They're in their 20s. I mean, they really spoke well. They learned how to communicate. I really think this one's going to last. I do.
Susan, all the ones in the recent past from Bachelor Nation, they're all Kelsey and Dotton and all those couples.
What about us, Kat? What about us?
Hey.
Although, that's coming.
That's coming. I may have a date.
I love what Braden had to say about the stepdaughter.
Can I just tell you, we touched on that.
Smart.
My parents were divorced, and the fact that he is, you didn't hear him say, we go to Target and I buy her whatever she wants.
Right.
He gives the gift of time, and that
he's
is
always there. Right.
Yeah. And you know what, kids, as I said during the episode, it's not what you say, it's the trust that he'll be there, and he's giving her the time and attention that she needs. That's so much more valuable.
Yeah.
They're
he's
amazing.
Smart, man.
I wish them the best.
Sounds perfect.
And you know what? You and I played it right, because you know what? You may be marrying them, officiating the wedding, and I'm definitely going to be there. And we did offer to be matrons of honor. So Christina, don't forget us. Don't forget us.
Here we come, Christina.
We're coming. And Braden, I'll buy you a really special pair of earrings for the special day.
So, Kath, we're going to get started on today's fan questions episode with our topic of the day, but this time with a little twist.
Ooh, okay.
So today's topic of the day is inspired by a listener who wrote in, Shelby. Shelby asks, I'm in a long-term relationship and I'm reaching the point where I'm just not happy anymore. And I'm seeing more red flags from my partner. A part of me wants to break up with him, but I know I'm going to regret it. How do you think I should proceed? So, Kathy, our question of the day is, how do you figure out when to break up, and how do you go about a breakup? Oh my gosh.
Oh, you know what?
I quit.
Y'all, I love Susan. I love Susan, and we talk a lot about, she and I are very different. So Susan, you go first. Tell everybody, how do you manage a breakup?
I don't. I stay way too long because I always feel bad. Oh my God.
Did we not just have this conversation?
She said she was going to regret it. Now, if you're going to break up, why are you going to regret it? Why?
Well, let me just say, listen to what she said. Shelby says, I'm reaching the point where I'm just not happy anymore. It doesn't really matter why, right? I mean,
you're not happy. You're not
happy.
Right?
You're not happy. If he doesn't fold his socks, or, he's too much
flag
birthday
is
cake.
a red flag. But wait,
right.
She did say she was been in a long-term relationship. Now she decides she's not happy. It's better that you didn't get married yet, right?
So how do you figure? It's so
she wants
easy
to know how you do it, Kath.
How do you figure out when to break up?
Think twice. We're done here.
That's exactly, Susan. That's why I love you. How do you figure out when to break up? Shelby, if you are done, you're done. Don't be a jerk about it, but you tell the person kindly. And I'm being serious now. You tell the person your feelings have changed. You're just not that into them. I think there was a movie called that. He's just not that into you. You're just not that into him. Yeah. And you just tell him, and you're really sorry, and you wish him the best. And you know what? He may have a broken heart. He may not. When is the right time to break up? It's when you feel it is. And I'm about to say something that I'm going to take a lot of heat for. It's God. Like when you say, when is the right time to put a dog down or a cat down? When you feel it's the right time, right? So when you know it's time, do it. Why do people struggle, Susan? Why do you struggle?
because I feel like I'm going to make them sad, and I don't like hurting people's feelings.
Great. So let's stay with the guy another 6 months.
And
where
me be the martyr.
No, listen to what I'm saying. So you're going to stay with the guy another 6 months. He's going to be more invested in you. And then you're like, yeah, sorry, I wanted to do it 6 months ago, but I didn't. Like, I don't understand.
So, okay, let me share this. And it's a bad habit, but I do it. I end up feeling so guilty and not wanting to break anybody's heart that I do things that will annoy him, that get him to not like me anymore. Self-sabotage. I mean, what do you call that? It's stupid.
I call it stupid. That's what I call it.
But through the history of Susan,
I don't know, Susan. You and I are very similar. I've broken up. I mean, that guy that I dated before I came on The Bachelor, who was, a nice guy, and I knew he wasn't the guy, but I kept thinking, Kathy, just give it some time, because that's what everyone told me. Give it time, give it time.
Right.
Literally, when was the right time? I literally he said something that I won't repeat, asked me a question. And I said, you know what? I think we're done here. And he just looked at me, and it was like, it didn't matter. I just knew.
Happened.
And you know what? You can hurt him now, or you can hurt him 6 months from now. But the sooner you move on, the sooner your heart can open for someone else. So Shelby, move along. Be nice about it.
Yeah.
Be nice about it, but tell him
don't take
your heart just
forever
isn't there.
like me.
Yeah, don't be a Susan.
It's torture.
All right, let's do some of our questions of the day.
Okay.
Questions of the day, our fan questions.
Yes.
Victoria asks, hi, Kathy and Susan. I'm 27 years old and currently engaged. I'll actually be getting married in May next year, but it's been a bittersweet experience. It'll be a year since I lost my dad unexpectedly this June.
Aww.
And I've been struggling with celebrating these milestones. But I know my mom is struggling in her own way, experiencing this time without my dad. Do you have any advice or words of encouragement for us as we continue to navigate milestones like this? Okay, I'm trying not to cry.
I know. That's breaking my heart. Yes, absolutely. Keep your mom so in the loop. Have your mom walk you down the aisle and talk about you wish your dad was here, but make her the center and the focus, and need her and let her know she's needed. And you're so grateful that at least she's here for you. It's okay to mourn your dad and wish he was there, but make your mom, both your mom and your dad on that day.
Yeah. I would say, Victoria, my daughter got married 2.5 years ago, and her dad passed away by suicide. And so the marriage was really a year later than it would have been. And I will tell you, sweetie, it's really hard. It's really hard. Your dad should be there to walk you down the aisle. It's hard, but I would encourage you. My words of encouragement to you is, you love this guy. You're starting your life together. Try to focus on that.
And that's your happiest time.
Yeah. If you want your mom, my daughter didn't want me to walk her down the aisle. I wanted to, but she didn't. And remember, Victoria, it's your day. So love your mom and talk to her about things, but this is your day. And my advice to you is, love the moment. Be sad that your dad's not there, but your dad would want you to be happy on your wedding day. He
Absolutely.
would want, and you know what? He'll be there. He'll be watching over you.
And have a big picture of him there, that he's there,
And you know what? There's going to be tough milestones when you have your first child, or, a career move, or something that you wish you could celebrate with him.
Mm-hmm.
But just be patient with yourself and your mom and your family. And Victoria, I wish you a lifetime of happiness.
Absolutely. And include your mommy, because she's sad too. Yeah. God bless you.
This year, I am really focused on my health and sticking to a routine, and that's why I've been loving Symbiotica. Symbiotica is one of the fastest growing health and wellness companies every day.
I try to stay real.
Makes it a breeze to stay.
Botulinum toxin A, FD.
Okay, this one is anonymous. My father-in-law passed away from lung cancer in December. Since then, my mother-in-law has spent her time planning a memorial party for him. The party is in a couple of weeks, but I'm really worried about her after it happens because she doesn't have much to pass her time. She is in her late 60s, doesn't drive more than a couple miles, and can't walk for more than a mile or so at a time. Her daughter lives with her, but otherwise she may go days with her only social interaction coming from social media. Do you have any tips for activities we might suggest? Any ideas of how to meet friends in your golden years?
I do.
That's so sweet that they're worried about her, though,
I
first
know.
and foremost.
There are so
many.
many senior groups out there. It takes a
Yeah.
little bit of time, Anonymous, but research online. When my husband died, my daughter researched. I didn't even know the word meetup groups, but my daughter did it, and I joined some walking groups. I know your mom can't do that. Your mother-in-law can't do that, but look for some meetup groups. They do things like go out for meals or go to movies or things like that. And it's a great way for your mother-in-law to have social interaction and meet some new people.
She may reject it at first because she's going to have to mourn. She's keeping herself very occupied planning this thing. She's got to go through all the steps of mourning, and you can't make her find a friend. You know what I mean? That has to happen.
But it does say,
put
do you have any-
yourself out there.
Yes,
will help
exactly.
that. Maybe
And she
church,
says-
maybe,
Yeah. Do you have any tips for activities we might suggest? So, meetup groups, that kind of thing, and our senior centers, a knitting group. I mean, there's all kinds of things.
A
and
book
that's
club. A
book
book club.
club,
She might
exactly.
like to read.
And
Bowling.
that's how
you
you-
can get the lightest ball in the alley.
and get a gutter ball. But it's going to be tough for a little while. And I don't know. I was lucky enough to make some great friends going on the Golden Bachelor. Maybe you
I'm
suggest
here.
that to
I'm
her
sitting
next year.
right here.
She's sitting right there.
But
Good
I
luck
wish
to
you
you.
luck, and God bless you for worrying about her.
Yeah,
right?
isn't that nice that
Yes,
she cares
it's
about her
very
mother-in-law
nice.
so much?
Absolutely.
I love that.
Absolutely. All righty. Jeff asks, "Hey ladies, how goes it?" Jeff here. I'm 65, work in Washington, D.C., and I'm a major league fan of The Golden Bachelor. Where are you, Jeff? I enjoy your show and all your IG posts. Here's a question I have, and I actually thought of it after the second episode of The Golden Bachelor. Both of you are consistently upbeat and funny. I know it's not insincere because I've worked in politics most of my life and can spot posers rather quickly. You know, those individuals who are always forcing a happy disposition. I know there's a lot of men and women our age who want to have your kind of loose approach to everyday life. Hence, my question is, do you girls have any pointers or advice on how people can adopt being happy-go-lucky and authentic? Is there a mindset you carry within you that makes you just roll with it all and with a good attitude? Is there something daily someone can do to be this way? Thanks for taking my question again. Love you, ladies, and the show. Wow.
Susan, you're not going to believe.
I'm having a
wait,
warm feeling.
wait, you are not going to believe this.
Why, you know him?
I do.
Nuh-uh.
Sorry.
Are you kidding me?
I think I know who this is. We have talked online. We've talked about meeting at some point. I think this is who it is, but I'm not going to say
So
his
she
last name.
gets 2, I get none?
You know what? I was very good in math. 2 minus 0 is still 2. 2-0, Kathy. Jeff, if this is the Jeff that I know,
Oh, it's his name, too. No
that is his name, and I didn't see it when you. I didn't read, and I'm thinking, boy,
And
this
why
sounds
aren't
like
you sharing your DM men with me? You said, no, I got crickets. That's what you say. You're hiding them. Tell the truth, Kathy.
we have just chatted a few times. He does work in the DC area. If this is the same guy, so let me address the question though. I don't think Susan and I have a loose approach to life. We're definitely not loose. I think that we just enjoy life because we have seen some of the sadness and the hard times in life. And Susan, stop me if I'm wrong or if you disagree, but
Okay.
we have lived some tough times, and we know that there is the salt's going to run out of the shaker, or whatever that metaphor is, at some point. And you need to enjoy life. And so adopting being happy-go-lucky or authentic, I think being authentic, you either are or you aren't. And we are, and I think you are. Being happy-go-lucky is a choice, Jeff. It is a choice. The
Some
mindset.
people don't have happy in them. The happy.
No, you know what? You've said that to me before.
They don't. I don't surround myself with people like that. That I had really good friends that were gloom and doom and miserable most of the time.
Yeah.
I don't like to be near those kind of people.
I think he said, is there something daily? Honestly, every morning I wake up and I thank God for this day.
Every day.
And I literally say a prayer of being grateful for the day. And then I try to find during the day just any little thing to be grateful for. I mean, like today, it was my garage door is broken. That's a whole nother story. $1,000 spring
Yes.
is coming my way. And it's 100 degrees here. And I'm just grateful that there was an open space in the shade to park my car. I'm grateful for that. It makes me happy.
Which brings me to, you can't make people have a positive attitude. I'd suggest some books that I've read along the way that help me about the universe and what you're putting out there, the vibe that you're putting. If you're feeling negative thoughts and asking for these positive things, it's not going to blend. You've got to be one in the same. You got to believe. I wake up every morning grateful as well. I also ask God, please let me walk straight to the bathroom and nothing hurt. Some days I go, oh.
Wait a minute. If you're waking up and nothing's hurting you, you're bionic at this point. I mean, literally, I was at my daughter's the other night, and I got up. I walk 5 miles every day, and if I don't stretch, it catches up to me later in the day.
You got to remember, Cal, stretch.
So I got off the sofa, and Caitlin looks at me. She goes, "Mom, what's wrong with you?" I said, "I walked 5 miles, and I'm old, and I'm stiff. What's wrong with you?" She started laughing. The point is, Jeff.
Yeah.
The point is, the happy is getting up and walking the 5 miles. The good attitude is, I didn't stretch it. You don't focus on the not stretching and the hurting when you wake up in the morning. Mm-hmm. You focus on the good stuff. You focus on the friendships, your children, all the good things in life.
Look for the positives,
exactly.
Not the negatives. They dwell on the negatives, not
and
the
if
positives.
This is the Jeff that I know, reach back out to me.
Yeah, call me. Why is she getting everything? Thanks, Jeff.
Thanks, Jeff, for your question. We love hearing from you. All right, we've got time for another one here.
Okay.
This is from Anonymous. There are a lot of anonymous.
Why are
people
you not telling your names or
no,
where you live?
No. If you feel, you know what, I want to say that people, if you're not comfortable, we are fine with you being anonymous because
absolutely.
Whatever
Unless you want
question
to ask
you're
me out. If you want to ask me out, I need a name.
Well, and he's asking me first, so there's that. But
God,
the point
two
is,
of
if
them
you're
for her.
asking a question, somebody else has the same question. So, okay, here we go. Anonymous says, "Hi, Kathy and Susan. I need some advice. I'm really confused right now. I've been dating my boyfriend, Jack, for about 2 years. Everything has been going great, and I really thought I knew everything about him. Yeah, no. We're part of a close-knit friend group, a mix of his friends from college and mine, and we all hang out together a lot. There's this girl in our group, Lisa. She was part of the sorority that mixed with my boyfriend's frat when they were in college. I've always gotten along with Lisa really well. She's fun, smart, and we've become pretty close friends. Last weekend, a few of us went out for drinks, and after a couple of hours, the conversation turned to past relationships and flings. I wasn't really paying attention until one of Jack's friends, clearly tipsy, blurted out, 'Remember when you and Lisa used to hook up?' Everyone went silent, and Jack looked really uncomfortable. Lisa turned bright red and awkwardly laughed it off, saying it was a long time ago and not a big deal. I was stunned. Jack had never mentioned anything about having a past with Lisa, and it hit me out of nowhere. I didn't really want to make a scene, so I didn't say anything, but now I can't stop thinking about it. Why didn't either of them tell me? Jack tried to talk to me about it later that night, but I was too upset and asked him to give me some space. I don't know what to do. Should I confront Jack and Lisa about this again? Should I just let it go since it happened before we were together? I'm worried this might change the dynamic of our friend group or make things really awkward. Any advice on how to handle this situation would be greatly appreciated.
First of all, how long ago was college? And damn, that's his past. You didn't even know him then. You have no right to judge. I get it'll get in your head a little bit, but no, don't make a big deal out of this.
No, I think you're missing this.
Why?
She said we're a part of a close-knit friend group, a mix of his friends from college and mine.
Yeah.
So Lisa was his friend. They've all been in this friend group
Yes.
theoretically for a while. She's dated the guy for 2 years. Susan, I am going to say I wholeheartedly disagree with you on this. If we have a close friend group, you and I are in a close friend group, and you have slept with the guy that I
They
am
didn't
dating.
say slept with. They said hooked up. Is that hooked up?
Wait, honey.
It could have
let me
been
tr-
a makeout
No. Listen, you are 67. Hookup in this parlance means getting it on, having sex, doing the deed, sticking it, whatever you got it now? Great. Okay, let's move
All
on.
right. So they did the dance.
So they did the deed, and I got to say, I find that very suspect that he or Lisa
saying it was a long time ago, right?
I don't
Okay.
care. A small friend group. I'm saying you gotta bring that one up. I mean, hooking up is different from having an emotional relationship.
Well, she says here that he tried to talk to her about it that night.
Come on, Susan. I would say give me some space. Like I feel for her. Shocked, awkward, all of the above. And you know what? Lisa turned red because she probably was really embarrassed that
Sure
this
she
is
was.
that this
That's
is how it
something
came
that
out.
they agreed not to tell this girl, and yeah.
So
they're caught.
okay, so my advice, Anonymous, and again, you're not the only one in this boat, sweetie. So my advice to you is take a breath, think about what you really want to ask him. Do you just want to know if they hooked up? Because they did. That's what you heard. So if you want to know, I always say to my kids, don't ask a question that you don't want the answer to, or you already know the answer to. So we already know he hooked up with her, and Susan just learned what hooking up means.
I really thought it was makeout session.
Yeah, my daughter made fun of me. I've got to be honest. I didn't know either until my daughter schooled me. But anywho, so she already knew.
I might have even said, yeah, I hooked up with him. I didn't sleep with him. My God.
Yeah, well, now you know. So
okay, she
Anonymous,
says, should I let it go since it happened before we were together?
Of course not, because it's
Why?
already
It happened long before they were
wait a minute.
together.
You can let it go in terms of not being angry, but you can have the conversation with Jack, Anonymous,
Yeah.
and say, hey, we've been together 2 years, and we've had this close friend group. And, it was just a horrible way to find out. It's not that I judge you for it. It's not, I didn't even know you. That
right.
she should be able to say what she
fine.
thinks.
That's fine.
And he better say, I
How
mean,
much more he likes her.
yeah, exactly. And Jack, may I make a suggestion? Buy her some beautiful flowers,
Or diamond earrings.
or let's go for it, diamond ring if she's the one. Make something happen here, Jack. Make some music.
I feel bad for her. That sucks to find out like that. She probably had a pit in the bottom of her stomach. She wanted to throw up. That's
Well, the
so
odd thing
awkward.
is they're all. That's the red flag for me. They're all really good.
Everybody knew but me. Yes.
Well, I don't know if everyone knew. Oh, yes,
Obviously.
I guess everyone did.
Yeah.
I mean, and why
I would probably tell the whole, thanks, guys. Thanks.
you would,
All of you MFers knew this and nobody tried to tell me.
Susan? I love you. That's a lot of bravado. I think you would be heartbroken and upset.
I'd be pissed off. I would
and
tell
for
them
all of you
you know
who-
me.
For
I
all of
can't
you
hold
who have
it
been
in.
listening to our podcast and love Susan, she has a stash of baseball bats, and I think one would come out here. Am I right?
Yes.
This year, I am really easy to just take on I take a Symbiotica.
Find exactly what I want.
Walked to their truck and to find answers for the family.
You use your friend's phone to take pictures of her.
Are you ready to play some moral quandary?
All right, go for it. All right, here we go. I'll start us off and let's see where this goes. You use your friend's phone to take pictures of her, and you see a notification from a group chat of all your friends that you're not in. Do you confront her? Do you snoop? Do you ignore it?
I go, hey, what is this about? Why didn't anybody tell me?
That's what you.
I don't know.
Wait, Susan, you
Yes.
blew it again.
Why?
I am supposed to
I'm
say.
supposed to guess what cat. This game should be different.
No, you need to learn the rules of the game. It's
I don't
not the
follow
Susan
rules,
game.
Kathy.
To the world, Susan does not follow rules. So
Not
what
very
do you
well.
think I would do? I know you would confront her. You for
I'd
sure.
confront her. I would snoop. You
What would
wouldn't
I do?
ignore it. You would confront her.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't do it in a mean way. I would just say,
No, I'd
hey,
be curious.
Why do you and Joan and Nancy have this thing going? Why didn't you include me? I'd probably have my feelings hurt if it were, friends that I knew.
Absolutely.
I'm going to have to erase the one that we have all going that you're not in, Susan.
Oh, great. Some things are better left unknown. That's all I'm going to say. But don't ask me to use your phone, you dumb head. No. You know what? That one's also at my age. I don't know that I'd be as upset like as a teenager when I asked people to go to the mall and found out they went without me and told me they couldn't go. That hurts. They've done it to my daughter. Like kids can be mean. But as an adult, maybe it was a surprise for me.
I think I'd still be hurt. If y'all went out for drinks and didn't invite me, I'd be hurt.
Oh, God, yeah. Okay. During a double date with your best friend and your boyfriends, her boyfriend puts his hand on your knee for a brief moment. He's always been really nice to you, and this action makes you rethink everything. Your friend seems oblivious, but your boyfriend clocks it immediately. What do you do?
Okay. I think you would say something to the girl or the guy, like, what are you doing? You'd make a joke of it. Like, what are you doing? You would just make it light and airy.
Hey, you trying to rub my leg in?
Yeah.
Oh, I got my boyfriend here. You better watch out. Make
Exactly.
real light,
You would
get
make
your
a joke
hand
of
off me.
But
Yeah.
you would make a joke of it. You wouldn't say, what the
Yeah, I
hell are
have
you
to.
doing? What
Because
do you
I'd
think
be
I would?
uncomfortable.
What do you think I would do?
You'd get excited. You got two now. No.
No, you know what I would do?
I don't know what you do.
I can tell you what I would do. I would nicely take his hand off of my thing, and I would turn
place
to
it
my
back on
boyfriend. I would take his hand and put it back on, because she said it made me rethink everything. I don't even know what that means, but I would like lean over and give my boyfriend a kiss and say, you're mine. I wouldn't make a big thing of it. I would just end it quickly.
I mean, was it just for a second, or was he really did he squeeze it?
Or I might ask him to move his hand up and massage my whatever.
I mean, he just might have went, I'd do that. Yeah. Oh. Okay.
People are very sensitive.
They are.
Too sensitive.
I am harmless. People think I'm the biggest flirt in the world. I want everybody's boyfriend. I'm just flirty. I don't mean any harm.
Excuse me. To the world out there, Bachelor Nation, and anyone else who's tuning
And
in.
I'm available.
Susan's available, and she's only flirty unless she wants the guy, and then you're toast. She's going in for the kill. All right, here's the next one. You see your current partner out at lunch with their ex that you didn't realize they still talk to. Do you go over to them, bring it up later, or try to forget about it? Okay, what would I do?
Forget about it. You don't forget about
Me.
it. Kat.
Oh my God, Susan.
I'm saying you wouldn't forget about it. Nobody would. That part don't count.
Okay, so what would I do?
You'd probably go up to them.
Oh my God, no.
No.
Oh, are you kidding? I do not like
With his
confrontation.
ex. Now, what, his ex-wife or
My
with his
current
ex-girlfriend?
partner. Wait, the guy I'm dating,
Is out
my
to
partner.
lunch.
He's out to lunch with his ex, and I didn't realize they still. There's an issue right there that I didn't know they're still talking together. I'm thinking my current boyfriend's about to be my ex, but that's a whole nother story.
Right.
But I would never go over to them. I would ditch the place so quickly.
Yeah, I
you
probably
would go up to them.
I don't know in the moment that I would.
Really?
Yeah, if it would depend if it's his ex-girlfriend or his ex-wife. I don't know. Like if it's ex-girlfriend, I'm not going to be seen. I'm going to hide somewhere and watch. I'm going to stake it out. But if it's his ex-wife, it could be anything. And if she knew about me, then yeah, I'd make my presence known.
Yeah, I guess it depends on the ex, but
Yeah,
I
yeah.
certainly would not go up to them. All right. Your
Okay.
neighbor is constantly flirting with your husband. Oh, she bakes him his favorite cookies for his birthday and will always say things like how they need to go on a golf trip together. She's nice to you, but only ever brings up topics you can't participate in. What do you do? Okay, Susan, I'm your neighbor, and I'm constantly flirting with your husband that you don't have. What do you think? What do you think I would do if the tables were reversed? You're coming over to my house. What would I do?
You'd say something to her.
No, you're flirting with my husband. What would I say?
Why
What would
am
I
I
do?
doing it now? What
'Cause
would you
it's-
say to me? You want them?
Can I just say we're going to have to come up with a new game because Susan's really
I always
struggling.
think I'm reading the question and I'm feeling the answers of what I do. I
if
don't know what anybody would
You
do. I
come
mean,
after
I know
me.
you, but
it just said your neighbor. You know
no,
your
I
neighbors.
would go to my husband and say, "Do you see what I see? Is there something wrong with this picture?" And then maybe at the right time, I'd say, "You know what? He's taken. Your fucking cookies aren't that good."
Well, since I bake, he's eating my cookies first. Let me just tell you.
Because you know what? I send my next door neighbor chicken cutlets all the time, and his wife's there.
His wife is over at your house hanging with you all the time. There's nothing going on there. I will tell you, I would not like it. I
No,
would
I
not
wouldn't
like
either.
it. I would not like it.
Unless she was like, 40 years older.
No,
and,
if it were you, Susan, you were flirting with my husband, it wouldn't bother me because I
Right,
know the
'cause we're
bond we have.
friends.
But,
Yeah.
all right. Your
all right.
friend that went through a
Well,
tough
why do you
break.
get to read them all?
Oh, sorry. Go read.
No, go ahead. I like when you read.
I'm a reader. All right. Your
Okay.
friend that went through a tough breakup shows you the profile of the guy on Hinge who she's going on her first post-breakup date with. You realize it's a guy you casually dated last year that you were super into, but he ghosted you. You don't say anything, assuming it won't last. Fast forward, they've been dating for a few weeks and he didn't remember you when she, quote, introduced you, unquote. What do you do? Okay, what would I do?
I need to read it again.
Okay, well, while you're reading it, I'm going to tell you.
She goes on her first. Okay, you realize a guy you casually dated. You were super, but he ghosted you. Are you going to tell?
You don't say anything, assuming it won't
assuming
last.
it won't last.
But
Fast
fast,
forward.
and he didn't remember you when I would. What would I do? You would tell me in a heartbeat.
Absolutely.
What would I do? Oh, don't overthink this, Susan.
I overthink everything.
Oh my God, girlfriend, I would
You're
tell
gonna
you in a
tell.
heartbeat.
You're going to tell. If
in
it's
a
me.
heartbeat.
If it's me, you're going
Hell
to tell.
no. Let me phrase this for you. Louise, Johnny we just met? Guess what? He didn't remember meeting me. I remember him. He had bad breath and stepped on my toes.
No,
we had a
you were
date
very
3 weeks ago.
into him. You were very into him and he ghosted you. Hey, I want to give you a fair share here. That guy ghosted me. I was really into him. Maybe I wasn't for him, but I'm just telling you what happened.
That's
right?
exact. Okay.
Yeah,
And then I
that's-
would say he
that's
had
the
bad
right
breath and stepped on my feet because he's
Yeah,
not
right.
winning.
And he didn't dress and his shoes were weird.
And you know what? You can have him.
He's all yours, sweetheart. Let me come on the first
no,
date.
seriously though, with that, no, but seriously.
So wait,
I
this
mean,
is kind of funny, Kathy. Listen to this. So
All right.
my cousin Donna and I were both on dating site, and she used to come to me and say, "Wait, I'm talking to this guy. Tell me first. Did you already meet him?"
and the answer probably
I go,
was yes.
Yep, I met him. You can have him.
Oh, that's funny.
It was
I have
hysterical.
no-
Wait,
that
I have
ha-
a really funny story. I'm sorry. You
Okay.
got to hear
No,
this.
go.
So an ex-boyfriend, okay? I'm friends with all these people down there. This couple's getting married, and I'm invited to the wedding. So I'm on the phone with his daughter, and we have to include him for something, for his charge card or whatever. I'm helping her get the place, blah, blah, blah. Long story short, I go, okay, I'm going to add your dad. So I add him to the call, and this
Don't
man
use names
answers the
here.
phone. I know. And this man answers the phone, and I don't recognize the voice. And I'm saying his name, and he goes, yeah. And I go, no. I go, is that your dad? He goes, who is this? And I said, Susan. He goes, wait a minute. Susan from the Golden Bachelor? I was like, yeah. He goes, we went on a date 5 years ago. I go, oh my God. I said, I'm
Did you
sorry.
dial the wrong number?
It was the same name, but one had an initial after it. And I was,
Okay.
I wanted to die.
That is going to teach you. It's called culling your phone book. Cull.
I said, you
Susan,
can't make
if you're
this
not
up.
dating them anymore,
You can't-
take them
delete
off
them?
the roster. Do you know what a
probably-
roster
no.
is?
Yeah.
Take them off. You can
Yeah, I
only have
can't.
20, 11 on a side on a soccer team. You can't have 15. 18
I
is
have
the
like 9,000 numbers in my phone.
well, you deserve everything you get.
But wait, I used to put fake names in to try to remember who they were. I'd say to Donna, I'm going on a date tonight. I don't remember the guy's name.
Can I tell you? Wait,
Yeah.
can I just tell you? Trust me, I haven't dated very much.
I'm so
but
glad that's over though. God.
I went on a date with a guy. There was a time for a little bit there when I sort of was really trying to date just to meet people.
Yeah.
And I had like 3 dates in a week, and I called the guy by the wrong name.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever done that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's so embarrassing. So embarrassing.
It sure is. And I admitted to one guy, you were my second date today. This ain't working either. I'm out of here. No wonder I'm alone.
I was just going to say,
I'm
you and
honest to a
Wait,
fault.
you and I wonder why we're single. I know.
I can't. You're not now, Papa Lou. Just
what do you mean?
saying.
Papa Lou. Listen.
Kathy, for those of
Kathy
you
and-
listening in this today, I got to surprise Kathy. Some gentleman
Wait, can I
sounds
just
like
say,
a
if you're
charm,
not listening, this is what you're missing. You are
wrote-
missing these things.
wrote
Listen in.
asking
Subscribe.
Kathy out pretty much. Described himself. I mean, he was such a gentleman. I got to be there when they meet. I'm just saying, I'm a little jealous.
Susan's already fast forwarding to officiate the wedding. I know
I'm
this where
there.
this is going.
So depends on where he lives. Though. No.
I'm going to tell you all, it really was a surprise. I had
It
no
was
earthly
so
idea.
cute.
I'm trying to wrap up the
You
thing.
had to
and-
see her face. She's looking through her papers because she don't have this copy. We had to try to surprise her. And I'm like,
it
Kathy,
worked.
just work with me here. Shut
It
up.
worked.
Zip
It
it.
worked. Papa Lou, I promise. I was totally surprised.
I love it. You know what, though? That does it. It went so fast. That does it for today's episode of Happy Hour, Golden Hour. Thanks so much for joining us.
And be sure to submit your questions to us at bachelornation.com/golden hour. We really, truly love getting to connect with all of you. We love hearing what's on your mind and giving you some advice. And in my case, I love getting suggestions for dates. So keep those coming
Keep
too.
them coming,
and you know what?
baby.
Susan's great too. So send her some invites as well.
You can pretend. I mean, just like make me feel good, but don't ghost me. Listen to Bachelor Happy Hours Golden Hour on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you listen to your podcast. Until next time.
See you then. Bye.
Ciao.